So what does it take to fly a helicopter? Lots of practice, obviously. In turn, that's flight school. But what not a lot of people realize is that anybody in the public can just walk in off the street and do a tryout lesson with a flight school. So you can just go fly a helicopter today if you wanted to. How do you know if you even like it? So you don't just enroll in flight school. It's a lot of commitment of time and money, and then all of a sudden realize you don't like it. If flying a helicopter is something that's on your bucket list, you legit can just go do it tomorrow. All right, so today is a nice cold winter day, but we're warm in our magic bubble in the sky. We're gonna go check out this little diner that's just along the Pennsylvania-New York border. It's only about a 25-minute flight, basically right across the street from the airport. I've never flown in there before. Becky's never flown in there before, but we're checking it out, going on a little adventure, we're exploring. There's almost 20,000 airports scattered amongst the US, so it makes general aviation and flying, whether it be fixed wing or rotary wing like helicopters, it just makes flying awesome because you can explore anywhere and you can just land in airports. If you have the benefit of having a helicopter, you can land in more than just airports. But are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Buffalo Airfield traffic, helicopter 300 Whiskey Zulu, departing from the crosswind to the south, Buffalo Airfield. Buffalo departure helicopter 300 Whiskey Zulu en route to November 5-6, 2500.
What a day.
Yeah, gorgeous, eh?
Bit of a God ray as well.
Crazy light.
An idyllic winter day.
300 Whiskey Zulu, yeah. To Cleveland Center on 124.32.
124.32 Whiskey Zulu. The one further, I think that's Holiday, whatever, which is like the actual public ski hill. Great Valley traffic, helicopter 300 Whiskey Zulu is downwind for 24. Great Valley. Great Valley traffic, helicopter 300 Whiskey Zulu, final approach runway 24, Great Valley. There's the restaurant. We made it, we're alive. Our successful flight. Do you still get worried that we're gonna die every time we fly?
Every single time.
Really?
Yep.
That still affects you?
Yeah.
It hasn't become normal yet?
No. I don't know.
What goes through your head? What goes through the mind of Becki Peckham?
Every time we have a shake, I'm like, oh God, we're going out of the sky.
It's funny because in every video you can see there's like you doing this and then you like calm down. You know there's a little bit of turbulence when you see your hand grab the side of the seat.
Yeah, and you hear the GoPro footage, I'm like, oh God.
Almost 200 kilometers an hour. There's gonna be a few bumps. All right, so we made it to our restaurant straight across the street there. So we landed in this little field here. I guess this is considered the apron in this little tiny airport. There's a grass strip. Can't get much closer than that.
I'm starving.
Okay, let's go. Lovely winter day, actually. It's really nice.
Not a bad spot, hey?
Not bad at all. Nice day, actually.
Yeah, it's a lovely day. Here's the runway. Kind of goes like this. But we don't need no runways.
I was like, did you beep? There's no beep.
There's no beep.
2007 model.
Pizza stuff and mushrooms. I always like parking so we can see Millennial Falcon.
Yeah, me too.
It's pretty good, huh? Mm-hmm. Pizza, mushrooms, green bean casserole.
I'll have some of that.
We had a nice little lunch. Actually, it's kind of like lunch, dinner, dunch. Initially gonna go for brunch, but we got a little bit of a late start, so anyways, it happens. You asked me before how I got interested in helicopters. That's a funny story. I think it was early 2015. I was like studying for my board exams and took a break, and then randomly had the thought, I don't know how helicopters work. How do they fly?
What a random thought.
I started watching videos on YouTube. Actually, I probably can find the video that I found. It was a video series by that guy, Dustin. He has like a science channel. Anyway, we'll find the video and link it up here. So I started watching those and they were fascinating. I was like, oh wow, that is so cool. It's like, it's a marvel that they actually can fly. Like it's all the forces balanced. Anyway, shut up. You're gonna make fun of me. I was just enamored with them. And then I thought, you know what'd be cooler than knowing how helicopters work? Flying helicopters. That would be so awesome. And then just like my mind started going, you can land anywhere. And I was thinking like in Newfoundland, it'd be amazing to just be able to go land on remote areas and explore the island that otherwise it's hard to get to places. Anyway, so that was how my obsession with helicopters started, and it's just been constant ever since. Let's go, it's cold. Great Valley traffic, helicopter 300 Whiskey Zulu, departing from runway 24. Oh, whoa, look at this place here.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh.
Imagine building a cabin right on that corner.
Oh.
As an adult, you don't really get a lot of like new experiences in your life. You know, everything is like a combination or permutation of something you're familiar with already. So it's like, oh, you go for a hike. Okay, well, you go for a hike in a new place, and the new experience is the new place, but it's still hiking. What I remember when I started flying was it was a completely new concept.
being able to move in 3 dimensions in space and just being able to have a machine do whatever you wanted. And you know, it's something that's like flying is something that's completely new to most people, and being able to just point it and go anywhere you want and hover and just float above the ground, like it was a completely new experience. And I remember that's kind of what stuck with me, what really sort of piqued my interest early on. And now, you know, after you learn and you figure out how to fly, it becomes sort of an extension of yourself, and you don't think about it anymore. And it's just like walking. And so you want to go over there, you just walk over there. Oh, you want to fly over there? Oh, just fly over there. You can kind of turn in the air. You can adjust your height above ground. It just all kind of is like a second nature extension of your body. And that's kind of getting a little bit philosophical here now, but that's why I'm so drawn to flying, and just being able to do that and having it as an extension of your body, and just a completely novel experience. It's the closest thing to being a bird. I feel like every kid wants to be a bird when they're younger, but I guess this is the way to do it.
Beautiful sunset.
Yeah. Buffalo Airfield traffic, helicopter 300, Whiskey Zulu, final approach for 24, Buffalo Airfield. I'm just shutting down here now. I'm going to grab some fuel in a second. A lot of people don't realize, but there's a ground school component to flying as well. So it's not just you hop in the helicopter and practice. There's a lot of reading around it. There's studying. Treat it like any other post-secondary program, I guess, if you were training to do a job. I chose to get my commercial license. So in Canada, a commercial license is 105 hours of flight training. There's ground school along with it, which is a bit more stringent than the private license. There's a private license option, which was 50 hours, but you think there's got to be a difference in the degree of training that you get with a commercial versus a private. I figured it would be safest and in my best interest to do the commercial license, because you get more training and you'll be safer. 50 hours is not a lot of flight time when it comes down to it. I remember when I was a 50-hour pilot, I would not have been nearly as comfortable as I was coming out of a commercial program. I like to stop the blades perfectly even. Close enough, anyway. All right, so in the US, it's a little bit different. You get your private license first, and then you get your commercial license. Whereas in Canada, you can go either the private stream or the commercial stream. They're totally separate. And a commercial license, you're eligible for that after 150 hours.
Got the car on, getting it warmed up. We're gonna head home. Chris is taking the Fusion off the Millennial Falcon. Here we're gonna pack up, we're gonna head her home. We'll finish this video at home. I think it's time for hot beverages and tuxedo time.
Okay, welcome back from our adventure. We've now moved
Migrated to the couch.
Yeah, from the hangar to the couch.
This is pre-tuxedo time.
Pre-tuxedo time, tuxedo time.
I need to get these.
You've got your hot beverage.
I do.
Not a lot of people realize that you actually have to study when you go to flight school, hence flight school. It's not just all fun and games flying. If you're nerdy like me, you kind of enjoy some of that stuff. And actually I started learning aerodynamics of flight first, and that's what got me into helicopters.
You're the biggest nerd I know. That's like one of my favorite qualities about you. You're like the biggest nerd, and it's very attractive, but it's also very funny. Anyway, continue.
I'm surprised you didn't do this.
Well, usually you do that.
You're a bitch. I'm just kidding. I love you too, honey.
True.
How long it takes you to get your license depends entirely upon how much you're flying. I think my flight instructor in Canada was saying 3.5 to 4 months if you do it full time to get a commercial license. I was doing it on the weekends, so it got stretched out a lot longer.
Like a year?
It took me like a year, yeah. I started flying in November of 2016.
How are you feeling?
I'm excited.
And then I finished my last flight in September of 2017.
September 15th, the day we moved. You're like, I got hours to do. And I was like, we're leaving. Like, we have to go. Like,
we're leaving.
We're
Vancouver.
moving.
We're like literally down to the wire.
Like
leaving
500
Vancouver.
bags, going to Edmonton, going to Toronto, going to
Actually,
St. John's.
I think I finished my last flight hour on the day we were moving because I went right to
That's
get
what I just
you.
said.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, come on, we goes. And you were cutting it.
I'm pretty sure we did a vlog about it.
We
Link
did, it's up here.
And it's actually back in 2015 when I did my first intro flight. Remember we talked about those? Anybody can go into a flight school and fly a helicopter. You could do it tomorrow if you want. Just say you want to do an introductory flight. And that's what I did my first intro flight in New York City in 2015. But it wasn't until November of 2016 until I started my training. You can calculate how long it's going to take based on how often you're able to fly. It's not cheap, it's expensive. We're actually going to do a video, probably the next video in this series. We'll make a little mini series.
But the helicopter is going in the shop next week.
Really want to do this video on how much does it cost to fly a helicopter. Everybody asks that question.
So many, like that's like literally the top question we get. How much does it cost?
There's a lot of variables too, because depending on the region, like in Canada, it's a lot different cost-wise per hour to fly than it is in the US. Maybe we'll do that video later. Someone actually asked us before, do you need to be smart to fly helicopters? I guess smart is a relative term. You don't have to have a high IQ to fly helicopters. You just have to have good judgment. And some may say that that is being smart, but you have to be smart about the things that you're doing and always thinking about what can go wrong and what's my out. And if you can make good choices, you'll be a great pilot. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be book smart and have gotten good grades in school. You have to be able to get through the ground school, which is a combination of air law, weather, aerodynamics of flight. So there's a bit of physics involved.
I don't think this is for me.
So exciting.
Shapes and colors. All day, every day. Physics.
Lift.
Physics.
So someone asked us a question, what's the most stressful part of flight school? I think that depends on the person. If you get performance anxiety, then the flight test at the very end is probably gonna be your most stressful moment. I found that particularly stressful only because I'm used to doing tests where I'm writing down, I can sit down, use logic, reason my way through it, where this is just, it's on the spot, try not to mess up. Some people might find our written test, multiple choice test stressful if it's something they've had bad experiences with in the past. Other people might find it stressful sitting down and studying. I'm kind of used to that.
I can't study.
I had like 14 years of post-secondary education.
You're like a
so
lifelong
I'm
learner.
I'm a professional student, but it's studying stuff that's new and interesting. I enjoyed it.
Good. Well, I'm
There you
glad
go.
you enjoyed
Yeah.
it. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I think that's enough. We've talked their ears off. Had a little fun adventure today.
Yes,
Did
we
you
did.
enjoy yourself?
I did. It was really good. I was
like,
just very cold.
Cold, nauseated.
Every day. No, it was good. It was fine. It was beautiful. The light was incredible. You're an idiot, by the way.
It's me making fun of you. That's my impression of you.
Oh, yeah? Well,
Yeah.
here's my impression of you.
Physics! I love physics. And I love to fly helicopters. Math, science,
All true.
physics.
Physics. Physics.
There's so much physics involved in this. Ooh, physics.
Physics.
If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when we post new videos. We will see you on the next one.
I hope you had a really good New Year.
No, you've said what you needed to say.
All right.
I think we have it all.
Can I put my jogging pants on now?
Yes, you can put your jogging pants on now.
Can I take off this hat?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Can I lay down?
Yes.